The James Webb Space Telescope, the most expensive, the most complex space telescope ever built in the history of human being, is on the way to explore the amazing and the astounding history of universe and early galaxies. Every new telescope put up by different space agencies, they always found something new for the first time, like Hubble, Herschel, and the Kepler found out for the first time that helps the human beings to dig deep. That is why the James Webb Space Telescope is there, to see the things more prominently, to see what our naked eye cannot see. James Webb is the most expensive space telescope ever built because it cost $10 billion. It also took 25 to 30 years to build. The Webb Space Telescope, developed by NASA, European Space Agency, and the Canadian Space Agencies. The space telescope named after James E. Webb, who was administrator of NASA from 1961 to 1968 and played an integral role in Apollo program. He was also responsible for more than 75 launches during his tenure. James Webb was launched on 25th December 2021 from Europe's spaceport in Kourou, French Guiana, by using the Ariane 5 rocket. Why the Kourou was chosen as the launch pad? Because there are two reasons to choose the Kourou as the launch pad. Because it was near the equator. Being in equator gives the spacecraft an advantage of using less energy and extra maneuverability to launch the probe off the geostationary orbit out of Earth's gravity into the deep space. And the other reasons is the open sea. In case of launch failure, spacecraft will fall into the sea. That prevents the destroying the human's life and the human's habitat. Hello, my name is Tuhin Kumar Pal and I welcome you to the Power Academy. In the next slide, we will going to talk about the purpose of the James Webb. The James Webb Space Telescope sent over there to serve its purpose, the purpose of seeking for the first light of Big Bang that happened 13.8 billion years ago. It will going to seek the lights from the first galaxies or luminous objects from that spectacular event, determine how galaxies evolved from their formations until now. It will going to observe the formations of stars for the first time to the formations of planetary system, where we will going to measure the physical and the chemical properties of planetary system including our own solar system and investigate for the life in those systems. That means it will going to examine the exoplanets. Telescopes are just like the time machines. They catch the photon particle of light which traveled through the space. Some galaxies are billions of billions kilometers away from Earth, so light took billions of years to reach the Earth. What we see, that's the image of the billions years old image. Just like we see our sun in the sky, every time we look at the sky, we always look at 8 minute 20 seconds older sun, because sun is 150 million kilometers away from Earth and light took 8 minute 20 seconds to reach Earth. And James Webb will orbit nearly 1.5 million kilometers away from Earth, the point called the Lagrange point 2 or L2. There are 5 Lagrange points. The Lagrange point 1 is best for observing the sun because the Lagrange point 1 lies between the Earth and sun. So that is why whatever the probe that used to measure the sun's quality and the sun's measurements, they are in the Lagrange point 1. The Lagrange point 2 is far reach from the Earth in the deep cold space. But why the NASA will going to send it 1.5 million kilometer away? The most expensive space telescope ever built. They are not keeping it in front of the Earth's orbits or the Earth's. So why? Because the Lagrange points are gravitationally stable spots. Centripetal and the centrifugal force equally pull and push any objects at that point. And also the fuel consumption is very less to maintain the relative positions. But James Webb Space Telescope be there to stay cool. because wave is optimized to view the universe in infrared wavelengths, the long wavelengths that we feel as heat. In contrast, the Hubble views mainly in visible and the ultraviolet wavelengths. Hubble can see the infrared but with limitations, with very, very little limitations. To pick the infrared signals, the wave's scientific instrument must stay incredibly frosty, and the wave also have sunshield to keep it cool. The distance to the Lagrange point 2 highlights the another key for the wave. That is the key difference between the Hubble and the Webb Space Telescope. The Hubble was designed to serviced by spacewalking astronauts because Hubble is the only around 570 kilometers away from Earth, which is in the lower Earth orbit. Our ISS, that means the International Space Station, is 400 kilometers away from Earth. It is only 170 kilometers more away from ISS. So it is far closer and the far nearer to the Earth. The Hubble was repaired and upgraded 5 times between 1999 and 2009. Hubble is the problem. Hubble has some problems. Hubble always have some problems. And the Hubble has the problem regarding the bloody mirror when it was first time in the space, and the measurement that and the movements of the solar systems and the solar panels was not opening at the first time. So it was required some repairment and some space working was required by the space working astronauts, and the astronauts was sent to fix those problems. But in case of Webb Space Telescope, it cannot be repaired because it is 1.5 million kilometer away from Earth at the Lagrange point 2, and its lifespan is only 10 years because it cannot be repaired, it cannot be refueled at that far. So what within that 10 years of journey, its power will be exhausted. It will remain in orbit for the rest of the life being dead. Either the NASA in the future came up with a robotic probe to refuel an excellent expensive machine. Either way, it is not possible to refuel. We have to send the robotic probe because we never send the human beings that far into the deep space in the earth. So because of that unrepairable reason, the scientists have to go through thousands and the thousands of trial and the error to work it accurately, and that is why it took 25 years. And in the next topic, some scientists some scientists actually compare the Hubble, and they are trying to say the Webb Space Telescope is the replacement of the Hubble. But the Hubble is an excellent space telescope. It cannot be replaced. It has some limitations, but it cannot be replaced. It will not be replaced. And the Hubble was built to detect the visible and the ultraviolet light and the some infrared with limitations. But the James Webb is an infrared telescope. It will going to see the much further objects of universe which is 13.8 billion years old. Hubble can see 13.4 billion years old object. So James Webb can see 400 million older objects. So that will going to help the human beings to explore the more. And the Hubble cannot see through the cosmic clouds, but the James Webb can see through the cosmic clouds, but because it detects the heat. The infrared is actually the heat. It will going to see the birth of the universe. It will going to see the birth of galaxies, stars, planets within those cosmic clouds, which is impossible for the Hubble because Hubble only detect the wavelengths which is visible and the ultraviolet, and they are the short wavelengths, they are not the longer wavelength. Why the longer wavelength is required? I will going to discuss it. Look at the pictures over here. These pictures is the Big Bangs. After the Big Bangs, what happened? When the Big Bang happened at the 13.8 billion years ago, then after the dark age at the 13.7 billion years ago, then after that the first stars and the galaxies start born, and then the growth of the galaxies happened at 13 billion years ago. Now the modern age with the James Webb Space Telescope, it will going to scan those evolutions and the revolution that happened in our universe. And and that and because of that explosion, the universe is expanding right from 13.8 billion years ago, and it is still expanding. And because of the expansions, we have to explain that the why these expanding is happening. The universe is expanding because that all the cosmic objects are moving far far away from each other. The universe is constantly stretching, the shifting the shorter wavelength to the longer wavelengths. Because of that stretching, this makes the distant objects very dim or invisible at the visible wavelength of light, because that stretching lights also took the longer time, and the turns the visible light into an infrared light, that is called the redshift. And because of that redshift is happening, that is why we are in the redshift zone. And that is why the James Webb Space Telescope is there to see the things more deeper and the deeper. The infrared telescope like the space wave is required the ideal for observing the early galaxies. Because of the wave, this is 100 times more powerful than the Hubble Space Telescope. We have to make it more powerful to look deep into it. And now we will going to talk about the some of the components. Without components, it is impossible for the James Webb to measure, to see those spectacular objects. And it has an excellent mirror, which is 6.5-meter beryllium made gold plated primary mirror. And it also is not a single piece of mirror, it is an 18 hexagonal different pieces of mirror. With the primary mirror, it also have a secondary mirror which is almost the size of the Hubble Space Telescope. Hubble Space Telescope primary mirror is 2.4 meter, and secondary mirror of the James Webb Space Telescope is almost 2.4 meter. And the Webb also have all different kinds of components, and these are the mid infrared instrument, in short that is called the MIRI, near infrared instrument, and that is also called the NIRSPEC, near infrared camera, NIRCam, and the fine guidance sensors and the near infrared imager. The one of the most spectacular thing that NASA never ever came up with, that is called the sun shield, which is made up of a plastic and the highly durable plastic material called the Cacton. And that shield is aluminum coated and made up of 5 layers. Outer layer has an extra coating of silicon which gives it an pink glow. And the sun shield is required to reduce the temperature to keep the mirror site cold enough to detect the infrared lights. And the sun shield will allow the telescope to cool down the temperature below the 50 Kelvin, which is minus 370 degree Fahrenheit, and in centigrade, which is minus 233 degree centigrade. Also, near infrared instruments will work at 39 Kelvin at Fahrenheit, which is minus 389 degree Fahrenheit, and in centigrade it is minus 234 degree centigrade. And the mid infrared instruments, which needs more lesser temperature, which is only 7 Kelvin at Fahrenheit, which is minus 447 degree Fahrenheit, and centigrade it is minus 266 degree centigrade. But mid infrared instrument sunshield is not enough. The sunshield cannot cover the infrared instrument's temperature. For that, the NASA has to attach an helium refrigerator, that is also called the cryocooler. And that cryocooler settings took the NASA that much of time to build it more accurate, to detect the things more accurately. And that temperature at the sunshield of the sunside of the sunshield will be 88 degrees centigrade, which is hot enough to boil the water. And cold side, the shadow sides will have the temperatures of minus 233 degree, as explained why. I explained why the minus 233 degrees centigrade. That is why sun shield has been attached for the good of the telescope, attached for the better measurements. And I have already told you the sun shield is made up of, which is made up of 5 layers. And the reason behind the 5 layer is that the gap between the layers, and the gap will work as the heat resistance, and the conductions of the heat will be reduced. If there will be a solid layer of the sun shield, then that solid layer will have the possibility of conducting the heat more and the more finer way, and that will be the harmful for the space telescope. That is why the gap has been given. The outer layer thickness of the sun shield, which is only 0.05 millimeter, and the rest of the full layer, which is lesser, and the half of that 0.05 millimeter, which is only 0.025 millimeter, and which is lesser, and the lesser that we cannot even compare. That much of thin plastic has been used for and that much of bigger telescope, and that is the achievements of the NASA, and that is why NASA is known for. And these kind of things and these kind of explorations the NASA do every time for the purpose of the human livings on this very earth. So at last we can say India also have the infrared multi-wave space telescope ASTROSAT to detect the infrared wavelengths, and the Indian ISRO always trying to save the money. But in comparisons to the NASA, the telescope program, it is very expensive. And comparisons to NASA space telescope, uh, ISRO's program is very lesser expensive, because the NASA spent billions of dollars in telescope building. Hubble, which was launched in 1990, it is still operational, and it cost the NASA $16 billion after adjusting inflations. Lakhs of crores of rupees they spent for the Hubble Space Telescope, and that these costs does not even cover the repair work and the rockets they used to lift off. Now the Webb Space Telescope cost them $10 billion only to build, and how many billions they will going to spend to operate, that only God knows. Nobody else knows. In comparisons to this ASTROSAT, Indian Space Telescope Space Research Organizations only spent 250 crores rupees, which is a tiny amount comparisons to the James Webb and the Hubble Space Telescope. But that does not mean the ISRO is an less workworthy organization. It is an excellent on its own. The excellence because that smaller budgets, ISRO sends the first Mars missions with the success, not other excellent space organizations or the space agencies successful in their first attempt. We sent the 104 satellites in the space. So we are excellent. The ISRO is an excellent space agency, and they are working relentlessly to explore the universe, to explore the other objects of the universe. And that is of today. And in the next presentations, I would like to tell you about the difference between the Hubble Space Telescope and the James Webb Space Telescope. I would also try to build the comparisons between the Herschel Space Telescope and the Webb Space Telescope, and the different kind of other topics related to the James Webb Space Telescope, and the different kind of other topics that will going to amaze you, that will going to help you to preparations of the exams in the different countries, the exams of the UPSC which is in the India, exams of the PSC which is conducted by the states. I wish the James Webb Space Telescope best of luck, and I wish the NASA best of luck. I wish the European Space Agency best of luck and the Canadian Space Agency best of luck, because of their spectacular discovery in the field of the telescope. And this is one of the greatest discovery that have ever happened for the good of the human beings. And now we reached our questions part, and our today's question is, what is the robotic helicopter NASA operated in Mars? The first option is Perseverance, second option is Ingenuity, third option is Sojourn, fourth is Spirit, fifth is Opportunity. Now I have gave you an extra questions for the UPSC examinations. That question is, how the NASA's Galileo explorations of Jupiter's moons in Io reveal the inceptions of the Earth creations and the creations of early formations of crust and the life-saving oxygens. You can send me the answers to the email address I have already given to you, that is tuhin.power.academy@gmail.com. And that is for today. And thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much.